Dage Gyamtso Jebe Sanam Dola Benjir Sanje Doba Devada Deve Judan Dambara Dorje Dungarada Dungarji Judan Ravara Dorje Dungar Mebe Dewa Dambada Medravara Dorje Janan Yilan Onyon Jimbola Neba Dorje Damje Deva Deve Judan Dambara Dorje Dungarada Dungarji Judan Ravara Dorje Dungar Mebe Dewa Dambada Medravara Dorje Yerin Zadan Yedan Dore Tanyan Jempola Neba Dorje Senjen Damje Dewa Deve Judan Dambara Dorje Dungarada Dungar Judan Ravara Dorje Dungar Mebe Dewa Dambad Medravara Dorje Yerin Zadan Yedan Tanyan Jempola Neba Dorje Tamje Lo Joso Rovara Jinja Labdo So Chilamdo Rovara Jinja Labdo So Ramdruba Rovara Jinja Labdo So Rovara Jinja Labdo So Dada Zenjan Tamje Lo Joso Rovara Jinja Labdo So Jilando Rovara Jinja Labdo So Tulula Rovara Jinja Labdo So Tula Yeshe Javara Jinja Labdo So Dada Zenjan Tamje Lo Joso Rovara Jinja Labdo So Chilanda Rovara Jinja Labdo So Chulba Savara Jinja Labdo So Chulba Yeshe Javara Jinja Labdo So Yunja No Jan Bema Gezara Lombal Yazen Jogen Hodunye Bema Jone Rezo Korando Kandro Mambagore Jeje Jezo Dadon Jinja Lanje Shezo Nejode Jimbola Lojola Wanje Don Loden Varajeza Jodan Domangad Om Avum Benzragur Ema Sindehum Om Avum Benzragur Ema Denza Benzra
Doso yela konge badirawa rigbe dorje shalang chansara panden sawe lama Rinpoche dage jewara bende de yuan kadin shembe gone jezong de kosong tokye ngodo zado Sengya nama samala ngado delek sene shayatang tene nangka tada nyama semje tamje lana me pa yanta pa top sanje ji kombana kabarcha te chado la tamme chö sama shugi nyambe ke kono chanjum chodo to kene seyate shadaki kalchambore Tela yang kita ke ngarang so tujuan dola tak gode banda bote mese kita ngarang so nyamne so ke tene sem la lojong so ke sem je ke lap tape na samno tangken da bote na mena mron da bote kita kona sem je ni yore kare de sen na tene nyenge ge semchen la mikpa tang tongye ge dongjan la mikpa se tate ni sherab ge dongjan la mikpa se tate ni te pe ma se be ke chamore de yore pe na nyenge semchen la mikpa me ba yen na tene yang tap mene pe nyange le tal nyange ge talen de be sanje ge koma se ge te tabya la pe ma se be ka le te indu kapsula pena semchen gojam mato pa jawa je pe tabi me sene soare tene dep sanje ta chahyu samba tamje te tene kora semchen ge tondola tene sanje bare mato je ke ramlon to tene sanje senge te tawani yomare Yonde tela tene ta tamzo ke jesun yobare te indo kasala ta jawa se na chebe ke jesun yopa indo kasala jawa jebe ke sap cheba ta paba ti go yore te tabo go wa yena tene ngone nangche kashap semjeng sap semjeng kashap le da nyomba chab yore te tabo semjeng te Kowa toma me pane tama tandala toge patata rangi pama laso peke dewa yoba ji shata kona yinte ke yore te indo te tamje te tene tane dago me bandawo chene rangi kero te sanje ben dumba shuk shenpo che cheba yena tene meganane mela ngosa me bandawo meganane mela tre me bandawo Megan mala yune me banda waran doga yore. A tege tene sanje ta chanju sama tamje to yege ede sena zawanye ne ye to gumari. Te indu kapsula. A te yo yo de shata ke karcham bore. Tene sharab ke dojan me pate. Tene doba chanchum te ya tan ta ni le manoma ke yan ta ba ke doba. Chanchuptella may on the capsula, Tatella, shut up la thing, then rogo la thing, shut up with Dojan Mipas and Te Tabu Green, Te Kaduina, Takalchambori. Garanto Tandeke capsula, taking Komeg, Songoke, Nala, Lovions of Yori. That is so young capsula, that taking Comas in the watching and so make it taking. Kora ngamoni ta kora jeto tambo pena guru mo cheke ta no temba te ta hi magwa de te chen jata ta je te ne don na ta ni yong do te la guru ko long sin chan chan de te ke na ne me se ke te ni te che pa dum pa pa na ta de ne de yo se ne ta long de na ya wa che de te ke to la ta ka ma pa chu ye ten cho do je ta te chen cho ge lu ma la so ba Then Jason Mambo, taking on the Taneke, longer thing song. Touching up poor song at the ledger from the castle tan, they get Dorje song, Gorton dollar, Chinap town, 2 jet town. Then they call a Kanza, Jigla song in a young. Take it on the kettle top of my impa. Then they Kanza, so get let and cap on some bag. Cái 강사 가세지 요와이나 때 탐지 그배나 샘주라 템베게 되는 투지 모놈 때인데 야 맞아와지 때인데 요리 생긴도 다 됐다고 요와이나야 전에 사람 욕 생긴 때 만한 또 강사 소소라라는 게 초쇼가 값을라 오늘 그게 추는데 오늘 도졌다고지 Tatu lana me big sanye komata percaya ceta. Tene koran samba tabu gone dusheta. Chote shoba ke kapsula tega sa slop jongen dushenda botang. Chote shoba kapsula jetang ke ranking ke ta koran doyon da bochela showa ta botang. Ta te ta kande chik cheba yena ya. Telang sambe ke tene koran ta devon rabochi tenne yongari tenne ngarang ke tengendo te yendo kapsula ta neta bu ke tenne ta tanda te chenge sogondo do nala te kare yobate thamje te one range semjula rembe yendo show ne ta to devo tenne kare top ko yobate yonzo to ba thamje te thawa show sambata bu ke Toki Zambo and Tajin, Shoyana, Tela Tembek and they were Chebatum Papa Yongari. Saying the Tate, Tatola, Janetola Yane, Sano Na, Sani, Kazan, Yan something in the community of this.
Good morning, everyone. It's important that we approach this process of listening or teaching with the motivation of bodhicitta, which is the thought that we are sharing this profound and holy Dharma in order to bring all beings to the state of perfect and unsurpassable Buddhahood. There are two things that are really essential to everything we engage in order to train our minds, especially practice, but not only that. And these are the two aspects or parameters of bodhicitta. One is compassion, focused on all beings without exception, and the other is wisdom that is focused on the achievement of perfect awakening. We cannot achieve Buddhahood without these, especially if we are not focused on benefiting others. Buddhahood is impossible. The only motivation sufficient to bring a person to through the path that culminates in Buddhahood is altruism. No one has ever achieved Buddhahood because they wanted to achieve it for themselves. And if we look at it from the standpoint of being a follower of such Buddhas and such Bodhisattvas, then we have to accept the fact that the only way to actually please them, if that is what we seek to do, is by helping other beings, because that is all they care about. As far as beings go, wherever there is space, there are sentient beings. And all of these beings have kleshas, which means that all of these beings are suffering. No one is rescuing them. Nobody is actually pulling them out of their plight, their situation. If you think about that, and you imagine the idea of achieving Buddhahood for yourself, for your own benefit, there cannot be anything more ignoble, more selfish, more shoddy than that. We also need that wisdom that realizes that other than achieving Buddhahood, there is no ultimate solution to the plight of beings. Now, the Dharma with which we are concerned here is our exploration of the songs of Terchen Barway Dorje. Terchen Barway Dorje was one of the 100 great and 1,000 other great treasure revealers predicted by Guru Rinpoche. In his lifetime, he received direct prophecies from both the 14th Tsewang Karmapa Tikchok Dorje and his guru Chokja Lingpa, predicting and authorizing him to reveal treasure. The songs that we are looking at were, as mentioned, written largely to meet the needs of specific disciples. But I think that given Terchen Barway Dorje's what he was, we can safely assume that his intention went beyond that. And that he, in writing these things and causing them to be recorded and propagated and so on, he had the intention of these songs being beneficial to anyone who in some way contacted them. So these songs embody tremendous blessing that is available to each and every one of us. As far as how much of that blessing we actually receive, it depends upon our own attitude. If we see them as profound and holy Dharma that is applicable to us in some way, then we receive great blessing. If we view them simply as something to look at, an object of casual interest, then we'll receive less. So please listen to these songs with the intention that the full and entire blessing of them enter and engulf your mind. Pema Tsewang Shuwa de Drotsarita de Data the Teaching Lendo, Lari? Mendaway. Do so. In response, his father, the noble Guru Vajradhara, wrote, "Hey, listen, my disciple. Tagi, tagi. Chisondam Buddha. Oh, did it? Cheshube, did it? Did it? Did it?"
Yeshe Pachi Jetun Lama Dorje Changi Sony Namani Sakazam Segi Shibatela Tala Lama Koneke Tela Lane Nawati Tatling ngana tongo te taken on those. Just son down, put on slumber, ta yin down. Saying and I had it, that's on the put a slumber by on dog seno now. Come to get lily chip a post, cinema get that send out in. Come to get that conclusion shut out the key you want to put it. Same. Tani. See about your kind of same.
Make the ning le chewe chuk chao chi yo sa re go. Yana tata ngala dopa sa ki towa. Mik le mik re mik re sem ning the mik le che pa chu.
Same thing that mainly give a chu. Chong si be tune. Tai pa. You think you do. Tabi jang. Start the Shira Mogoya Kamala. Tabi jang. Chu sunning dambe. Now I can stay. Tambi chu. Samagina. You magina. They tabi get on the. Samanya Nika ke, Tene Dama Kari Yabate, something ke, Tene Pomba Kanjo Tatula, Tachanang, Namakama is. Ye Zangin, Joal Sabja, start singing Namto Zangin number not about Gone, static the Kari Chumayana, to Tomjili, Tazamon, Yamban, Shibata Gone, Sabja Cheva is. The pie pola chiyachi, started yon dote, Dama yon to do Bapamba can you go to the Nawata, signing the Dama yon do Pamba can you to the Nawata. Take yando, that lam and yoba good capsule, Zangin, your shop no last but now I want to do what the that pagi pola chiya, and the watate, pagi pola chiya, chiya senayano. That mount palata, yanta belong the table guitar. Korata Flavjon was Chepat and Papa the Tachinang Tatichi, Stone Tambar, Yawar, Mandor Yamsalon, started about the Tenetic Ranging, that top tower, that top song, Sambanda Gugun, Ranging, Yehogaton, New Masoma Chene, Tetum yet the social Yamsalane, Tumnashidagi Yabores. Nyamsalon, that to that she was from the coast. That thing Yamsalane, the big gabler, to that Damadakari, Tonyo make she was there, that can be Hako songs, to that she was from the coast. She something she about there. That would put that children him, start the now make that children did there. Family yellow member, that same she about taking. Tawag pota yang tabat ta chuen do sambat konke gonsamos che leje namba hla cha na salong ne lo temon thong sa che na tan da julu shada che leje namba ne tabote ta ko na nai ge julu shada mada belu ta ma yin pa che leje namba te ya tene ta pa lai tene ko da chat ba ta now, Talong Nelo Tangi Koda Musala Zik Topatan, Demonton, Talong the Ramatapan, Tapata, you made a long time need to gum the pala Devate or sell Nes to the Yum. Ta chame ramba slobala jojata joji kaya me she nyandela dewa me pala si hoala jebe shewa nyangin de pala tene jobe ke dewa me pata seba khosong hoala jebe ke thoba me pa ta te tabe ke Shivata, Sipanika, Tela, Redo the Tabiki, Redo Yale, Trovate, that token never tenirang, Stapena, Sipa Kunzang Hobby Nella Malon, the Hiva, Star and Yanang Senayaro, young in the
Let it.
Tetabo, Nina towards Somati, that subject in Devo, the Tenirang trees, that telecon, the token Devo.
Don't like Kungi, Tawa, Gompa, Chopa, Drebu, some the Shika, Tatuk, top side of what?
Top, some while. Some, two, no,
Sedu Trojur,
no,
Lawana.
okay. Chong die.
Oh, Korea. Trojur. The Ninange, Trojur. Gompena. Dona de Nimu Kapsa, the Trojur La Wangwayena. Didn't it? Milam Kapsa, Le Laboyore.
To your comment. Ni Milam Jet to your Jayang, your staff. Koran Yinan King and answer Kare, Chewa said, Ni the Milam Yeme Yeme the next one.
Low.
On what that Madagi Komna, Demon Yar, Yuli Jose, Terra Sal, or Sata Melam, than you bear. Chiche Return Dawa Maze, Tetam Randon Dubai, Tetan Randon Dubai, Stakona. Randon is in the Dogo Kari, Dogo Tion, but some children Dubai, so on. Po Kesha Mingi, Po Kesha Mingi, he was on starting ya on a sugar to pay, he was down, that down with the mass on the Shepherd Papa. Rainbows, Yabo Rainbows, Stache, Tangy, the man of Stachurang and Lutin Della, Tene, Tangy, the Mate, Conan, Doptop, Pagable Samba, though the case, Pagging a Samba thing, Tatelatini, that though the case.
Ilashana. So continuing from where we left off yesterday, we're on page 136, and we completed the song that Pema Tsewang, the Terchen's the oldest son, offered him. And now we come to the response. In response, his father, the noble Guru Vajradhara, wrote, "Hey, listen, my disciple." The word he uses in Tibetan for listen is honorific, so it communicates a sense of respect and acknowledgement of the importance of what his son had written. "My son, produced by the 6 elements of my body, whom I love more than my eyes and heart, from early childhood until now." Now in this first section of the song, he addresses him as his son, and he plays on the mundane tradition of a father announcing what he's leaving his son, what his inheritance will be. But his inheritance in this case, of course, is Dharma. So he says, "Whom I love more than my eyes and heart, from early childhood until now, I have supported you in the mundane way with food and clothing. I have filled your ears with the Dharma of the new and old traditions. I have advised you on what's good and what's bad to do with your mind. Let that be your inheritance. Don't waste it. Practice it." In mundane circumstances, a father will leave his son an inheritance and say, "Don't waste it, invest it or use it wisely." But in this case, Terchen Barway Dorje is telling his son, your inheritance, what you've got from me, aside from your body and the fact that I've fed you, is Dharma. So use that. And then next, he addresses the specific things that Pema Tsewang mentioned. And he actually goes through view, meditation, conduct, and fruition. Now, you have asked me about your signs of warmth. Warmth in this case means the approach to awakening. It doesn't indicate physical warmth specifically. I think that your recognition of all dharmas as mind is the final resolution of the view. In other words, he's saying, he knows, he doesn't just think, but he's being modest, saying, I think that you've basically achieved the ultimate view. About the appearance of your external body as a deity, and the spectacles you have seen as the nature of the internal channels and winds, and the mastery you have gained of non-dual wind mind or prana mind, and your eradication of the dichotomy between meditating and not, I think you have mastered the clear light. In other words, he's achieved not only the ultimate view, but also the ultimate meditation. And then with regard to conduct, in relaxed, natural, nothing to do, there is no conduct and no conductor. There is no hope for peace, nirvana, and no need to fear existence, rebirth, and samsara. Really, once you are liberated from the net of hope and fear, you have achieved the actual result. So because his son has made it clear that he's beyond intention and conduct, he's mastered conduct, and because he's beyond hope and fear, he's achieved the final result or fruition. When you master emanation and transformation in the waking state, you can perform these at will while asleep and dreaming. Because Pema Tsewang had by this point gained full control over transformation and emanation in the daytime, in the waking state, he also had a natural mastery of the dream state. You see pure and impure appearances as entertainment. Your mastery of the illusory body is clear. So in other words, he's evidently mastered not only luminosity and the dream state, but also the illusory body. Once you can enter and withdraw from the clear light in dreams, and whatever you do does not deviate from awareness emptiness, you've accomplished your own benefit. So once you can, in the midst of any dream, enter into the clear light, which normally is only experienced during deep sleep and then usually bypassed because we're unconscious, you've achieved your own benefit, which basically means Buddhahood. Son, this talk of yours is good, not bad, for you have now accomplished your permanent well-being. The hopes of your old father are fulfilled.
Yang tamba teni ji sa chalo ji tokwa prowa yang jado la ta Terchen kone ke se tamba kong ke kong la wasan chalo ke chalo ndabo te kande yime ko la jado la tombe prowa de tombe prowa la Pakadin Sumnenji Lama La Yang Nangi Tota Jovatan Ni on Saliji Danjo John Made Stata Pa Gadin Change Lama La Yang Ni Nangi Tota Jovatan Ni Nang Tota Jovatan Lesa Washing Ni Nang
Lasso?
Dakin is a Nawa to Sayina, Ning that Timmy Nawa to Sayina. Yena Timmy Nawa Yina, and some the Madava.
No.
Oh, Nina Hendo.
Ninane.
Yena Timmy Nawa.
No.
Yinang Nimbeg Capsuta, Tenin Timmy Capsula, Neo Sargi Danju, Yama, the day touch it that one. Chitanta tanda kondi shubata dola tene nim kapsu ke kare na yana yate ye ke kapsu la toju na top den ke ji yo ba
No.
Yena yang tell no nankin chila sare devu me wanda.
The children so the Terchen Kong the Milo Zongju Top Zawa Goma Nandoa. Don la Kong de Katsu Lope Zongju Mato Milope Zongju Toyo Amaro.
Thing in the castle te taking the dango te la te set up mother on those. So pa chamber see him young ning tol pa chamber see him young. Some young God pa say young in those time. And the Chitangi in Tosina and that Nigana Tosomati, Tembag seeing him just so mendo.
Larry.
Then a Tumyam and got a patching Yamkin, that they say, it's a bonda book.
Low.
Gabdava line, not take such a thing in Jambos on the path and two, Mr. Pachi, that was 7 months.
Low.
That I was those and those, Tella. Yalva Shadam shows starting in the Pendukande, Chenata, Zogo, you make Shadam show.
Lasso.
That is on.
So, and the text says, then that holy son offered his father his realization of the appearance of the clear light. What he wrote back, what Tsewang wrote back to his father was, hold on, Dad, I'm not a Buddha yet. I still need some help. And basically, in his response, the Terchen Barway Dorje, being encouraging, kind of responded as though his son had achieved the unity beyond training, Buddhahood. But in fact, he was still at a unity requiring training. In other words, he'd unified the clear light and the illusory body, but he still had some work to do. So he responds, Father, Guru of threefold kindness, emanation and transformation of daytime appearances and entering and leaving the clear light of sleep are still not easy. In other words, I can't just turn into stuff and create stuff out of nothing in the daytime state. And I can't just like go from a dream into the clear light the way you were describing. Although I think I grasped most dreams with awareness, in other words, almost all of his dreams were lucid by that point, I am still intimidated by unpleasant experiences. In other words, nightmares or extremely, unpleasant dreams can still freak him out. I beg of you further instruction about this. In other words, I'm doing okay, Dad, but I need some more.
Kai song down said to go to the top. Yes, and no more. Really keep a pota go Karawa. Lam something Malam Yamnina, that Lama Kona did Lamson then that Malam Gon Yamnezo Yate Lam. Ninanke Nida Malam Tos, that Yatangi Nimola now again. Namdo Tang. Ni the Malam cups that what you like enough. That did the Pacha come. Bala, Malam that you said the gum. That Malam that you learn about the dust in the Congo.
Low.
Said the gum, Tata, Madag to you say. Ne chose you hand on the body jaw. Le tapata matapake tujundavote ne cho ju shinta de be jol cho casa kala to banjin pip to ba song manda to be jo ta te tamna sing ti tamba la yun so shi on da long den shu che dong shu la rane so stand de la chetang ta cho casa kala ya singkom re la pe singkom te ke tamba la chopa pe tene shu tene ya sing yen la pe tene chen to jo ko le pe mang bo song do wa
de melhamge 장주래 너.
te ko song de do wa ta tene nyun so shi wang dan long den shu de nyun so sen na ta je ko do de wo yin be sing
되게 가서 데 로칸 데도 가서 케자보 성성 디 자와 오빠메라 코 데오 에나 쇼에 데오 대창나 콜라 뇽좀은 와
되게 건데 왕탕 전에 다 마음밖에 다 동생 가는 임마데 쇼 동아 쇼네 라네서 다초 동아테 따부터 초조 가사 가게 산에 담제는 chopa 푸 형데 쇼 전에 왕 쇼 전에 제 강가 쇼사도 가서라 다랑게 내서라 제 원은 넘바 양양장 지랑게 내서라 자도라 라네라 용토베게 넘바 양양도 장고 그래 단도도 강가 다니 얘기는 전냐래도 와
라레
라나 장 제 존네 세메 말람 제 존네 세메 말람 뭐 그들이 같이 잼에 스타트 칼레 견도라 말람 나나 테타보테 아니 양도 존네 존성와 있나 테는 세메게 말람 경여라 tene tojro ke kanga tawa ni melere do res tanje konke melam yapo yina tu chongkin te to boyo na te mo to kin dawo kangi chong so
라오
ta ton ton da ke kangi da tawa ni me wa re do res so je me ta sumnyam tang o sa melam je dang yon de pa ju yin yam ne te 다 뜸냠땅 살기 melhamde 다 또別게 melham가 나나 melham 또 봤어요. 와.
라오
melham 뜸냠땅 테네 살기 melham데 melham 나니 다와던 요바데 파주기 냠니 데스 파주기 냠니 소만다.
라오 데 성도당 데저 성도당 신지체게 주던데 때 믹서도 몸보송도
야 살제 타마 melham도 다 당we 냠땅 사양도 살긴 요바 연아양 시다 미시 냠제 요스타 ngо시 좀 냠텔 때네 쳐버리 용그레스면 말다
라오
야보 자고 만도
최동서 데고 냠란데 고 쪽도 데 템포먼도 와 데라 성교
다 타다 마도 또반 요로 검자 최총 왕게 또 네 유지 담맹아 인라진 랑컴 또방게 연대 남 다른배 요 태삼메 melham도 시바 당분염 다 담보 텔 melham 하고 쳐바테 당분염이 melham 남도 뭐시 또바랑 어서 melham도 어서 melham도 잉바 Yeshe Lama Sato Kang Semendo Lama Sato Dangba Debo Yi Oh, take on told like Yawa Huge song.
Tito, Mazoke, Didog, Chuzamo, Chalbok, King, Sanketwa. I'm gonna get the dumpage at summer, a young Yino.
Kane, man, Roya, Madoshida,
In response, his Lord Father replied. So he wrote back. And Terchen Barway Dorje addresses Pema Tsewang's specific concerns in turn. So basically, Pema Tsewang was saying, yeah, I still can't completely or easily transform reality in the daytime state. And I lucid dream all the time, but I still am upset by unpleasant dreams, and it's not easy for me to I can't just turn a dream into the clear light. Dila jamzin subzin nidoa, kong jamzin pare, kong jamzin lawola subzin kamot aware. There are two, basically, in the practice of dreaming, there are two ways that people gain lucidity, and they're called gentle lucidity and rough lucidity. Some people first achieve lucid dreaming because they dream of something they want. For one of the Shangpa early of the 7 first generations, he wanted boots, and he didn't have boots, and somebody was making boots in the village, and he dreamed that his parents bought him those boots, and he knew that his parents were not going to buy him those boots, so he realized this has to be a dream. That's Gyamtso or gentle lucidity. It's when you dream of something that can't be true, like I was in retreat and I dreamed I was back home in Montreal, and I no, I'm not. And, the other kind is rough lucidity, which is where you have an unpleasant dream, and that the awareness that's brought up by the violence of the dream or the causes you to recognize. So in this case, obviously Pema Tsewang is a gentle grasper. In other words, someone who gains lucidity in dreaming through pleasant dreams, and therefore he has trouble with gaining lucidity or lucid dreaming in nightmares. Listen, child of my family, and again, Terchen Barway Dorje uses the honorific. To test the path in dreams, view these daytime appearances as sleep and dreams. The overriding, most important instruction for lucid dreaming, gaining or increasing lucidity in dreams, is to constantly ask yourself during the day, am I dreaming? Is this a dream? Because dreams are habitual. So if you're in the habit of questioning reality, whether you're dreaming or not, then that habit will reassert when you're dreaming. To cultivate this habit, meditate on dreams and the illusory body combined. That means that if you've achieved the ability to, let's leave it. To transform and emanate pure and impure bodies, imagine the realms of the 10 directions. Transformation and emanation in dream, you start with, once you've gained lucidity, then you start by multiplying yourself. So your ordinary body and so on. That's at an early stage where you have not yet gained the ability to just turn into your yidam in a dream. And so you emanate multiple forms of yourself and other things and so on. Once you master that, then you combine that with the practice of the deity, and you turn yourself into the deity, and then you emanate lots of them. Imagining the realms of the 10 directions, the next stage in dream practice is to go to, and initially because it's intentional, it's somewhat imaginary. Because dreams are thoughts, right? They're just thoughts that are pictures. And so you imagine going to the Buddha realms in the 10 directions. 10 directions means everywhere, basically. Greet the teachers in those realms. I said to Rinpoche that we thought this was hilarious in retreat, because it's like you ask them how they're feeling, literally, nyun surwa. Ask after their illnesses. Imagine going up to Amitabha and saying, "So how you doing, old guy?" It's like, he doesn't get sick. But, it means, you respectfully greet them and, you say, "Akshobhya, how's it going, buddy?" And so on. Request empowerment and prophecy. So then the next thing is you imagine, and then eventually you experience receiving empowerment. You ask them and receive empowerment from them, and prophecy of your future awakening, and so on. Receive Dharma and return home. Imagine this repeatedly. So you need to, once you've grasped lucid dreaming and can emanate your ordinary body and then the deity body, then you use the deity body to go. Initially you imagine it, and then I guess it eventually happens, I wouldn't know, to pure realms and receive empowerments and so on from various Buddhas. But you have to do this again and again. And initially it's an act of the imagination, and eventually it starts to transcend that. Once trained in this, once you're trained in that, it's just so funny, because it's talking about like the difference between being a 10th level bodhisattva and being a Buddha. Once trained in this, there will be no difficulty in emanation or transformation in dreams. Duh. I'm sorry, but it's just so. Okay, now about unpleasant experiences and entering and leaving the clear light. Moving, it's like, you think these are problems? Moving from dreams to the clear light and back is a practice of Father Tantra. In the Guhya Samaja and also the Yamantaka Tantras, there's a great deal of emphasis on this. So that learning how to segue from the dream state, which is light to medium sleep, into the clear light. Normally, we enter the clear light during deep sleep. We don't experience it because we're unconscious, because we're stupid. But someone like this isn't stupid anymore, so they don't lose consciousness. But still, the ability to actually intentionally segue from medium sleep or light sleep into the state of physical sleep without unconsciousness has to be practiced. And there's a great deal of emphasis on that in Father Tantra. One arises from the clear light into a dream, then re-enters the clear light. So basically what happens is, if you're conscious or unconscious in the clear light, eventually your body causes you to surface into the dream state, that level of sleep. And then if you gain lucidity at that point, then you use that lucidity to try to re-enter the state of deep sleep without losing consciousness. This is like the games Buddhists play. However, there may be instability of recognition. There may be instability of recognition. It's like, you think you've got problems? So it takes practice, in other words. Your attention may be distracted by thoughts. One of the things, obviously the difference between deep sleep and dream is that dream is thoughts, right? So it's thinking. It's thinking that because of the physical withdrawal of the sense consciousnesses, the thoughts seem real. like we all experience this during hypnagogus when you're in between awaking and sleeping and your thoughts start to turn into pictures. The problem with that, of course, is that when you emerge from the clear light into, if that's a problem, into the dream state, because it's thoughts, it can be distracting. Really, the main factor is how used to it you are. You know, as Rinpoche said, all of this is about familiarization. You know, all practice is familiarization. This is the instruction of the Tantras. The qualities come from habituation. You know, as without anything, it comes from doing it again and again and getting used to it. There is no doubt they'll arise over time. And then he summarizes, in the end of the song, he summarizes the point. The first step is to recognize dreams as dreams. So the first step in any of this is lucid dreaming. And not sporadic lucid dreaming, but constant lucid dreaming, so that every dream is recognized as a dream. Then the thought of recognizing the dream must be recognized. The next step is then you look at the intention of lucidity and you look at that. That is the clear light within dreams. So when your mind looks at your mind within dreams, that is how to experience the clear light of dreaming, he's saying. Please keep all this in mind. The Lama Gyamtso Geshe Ding Gyamol Longsong.
Katang Hundi Huayimba. Songor Gadella, Dictating Andola, Advance the Chan. Then Hashida, Magoma, Jumsen Shida, Mevandabo, Young Secret is a love from us. Telacora saw Monong with Hamdur Zoyadi, Mato Chigashida, Menketa, and then about his. The end I Samlo Yapo, Tana, Penangana to Tambo, Hoan de la Lulembe Capsula, Ogotella, Chatan Shedding his Tawan in the Yomaris. Ogo Manja, Tena Aman, Che Yumakan, Kaya Hamova, Soso Dawaja Matoba, Pameg. Tajon Mazona, Oma Matiba, in Natagarana, Shiju Yamada, Tene, Ningenzo, Lobion Zone, Tene Sabda Yenshola, Lam, the Chick Lawn to Capsula, telling on the Taneg and Jitin de la Chawana Batato Ballet to Kingi, Mexico to the was. Pet Tenda, what you want is, Tepen and Kovik Lecades. None the young and the big Lecades. Then the young and the Batella Tango. Then I hear so that love dot capsule tattoo tini. Kana Yena top on never the death on the Mazepa chicken Sanja Jomne and I'm on but the Basanja to one of John was. Then I get that also like Coro. The Bachoni you sort thin, then a Tandig to Ramdella, Kona Sanje, Kerore, Mato chicken, the Bachoni, so Martin by Inata. Tam Mepanda won't attend the Yoris. Kona Devolana Mepataba. Chulo Kanganale, we are his. Then the castle on a lap line chicken, Shabari, Mato chicken, Massibat Tavan in Maris. Then they sort of of Johnson, Solayana, and then Davo, and then Albert and then Yonto.
I mentioned yesterday several times the fact that some of these songs are dealing with issues so advanced that they can seem almost meaningless or unrelatable. But I think that we need to approach these with aspiration. We need to understand that even though we don't require or cannot immediately use some of the instructions presented in these songs, they do give us a sense of where we're headed. And also, if we think about these things in a broader context, it's a little bit like growing up. When we were born, we didn't really know anything. We couldn't take care of ourselves. We couldn't have survived without our parents. And our parents and eventually others introduced us to the world, taught us how to survive, taught us all these different skills, until we got to the point where we could actually negotiate the world and we could actually survive on our own. Well, that's a samsaric example for what in this case is a nirvanic reality. In the same way, we may be metaphorically children on this path, but eventually we will become adults, spiritual adults. And the Buddha, of course, demonstrated the 12 deeds of a supreme Nirmanakaya, which makes him exceptional, but others have achieved the same state of awakening in all the various schools of Buddhism that the Buddha did without demonstrating those deeds. And so we need to accept the fact that it is by no means impossible for us to achieve that. It's not unrealistic for us to aspire to that. So when we listen to teachings that don't directly, that we can't apply today, we need to remember that at some point we are going to get there. Da 21st century Lama Pepzari.
Yeah.
He's got the text, but he's also looking at it on his iPhone. I said, "You're a 21st
so
century
small, so I
guru."
have to make it big.
Because you can expand the text, and what happened was when it was written, they left bits out, and then they found that they left them out, so they wrote them in the corners in tiny, tiny print.
Yeah, Jason Lam Chu say toward Juba. Haji Rongentan. The bar Nima. So give it to much. Last Timmy and the Baji Nanjurji wants to pay much to me. Pema.
Trime Loden.
Milarepa Dorje got the power, standard now in a Honey Koto, Mamburan, a pass and Java Yunki. Tender chicken connect shall up, pay much to me, you can take it. Trebach funerals.
Data Katup data.
That's one one it. Power, Yakundu, Yemi Dorje Chanki, Mountain, Lomin Jumbe, Dunder Jilling Ransom, Hing Pemmer, slang it to you said, Monsieur Teppercent, Chopa you pull out, stand de la Ketange, Kona, Yamne Zongi, Yamne Zonking in Nani Chip. So the Gustavo Chilla Tena Tene, Yamne Zonking Davochi, not that to do some of Tananda, stand the lady. Jakun do said to Castle, do some with Java said that she about Tommy the Chigdo, Duplicate, and Ranginke, and so to Gustavo Lamcote. Yambatella, some of Tanda water, the Tomkilla, someone do the Yobata. They taba Yeme, but Dodging Changi, Choco Dodging Changin Botan, Yemeba. Mountain Lomin Yamsing, Mountain Pe Tapena. Nyomon beke lola soba lapota beke lotamji yam sing tapata tomji jembe lamla yang taba kubara chepe tene dundal ling bas tati kone kan senche ratem hing pemor langed to yote tati taba te sotu ke semge pemanda langed to yone meche chepe sendu Choban and Bolo, Stack Hongate Choban, that tumbling and one day, Lombardy covered puggings, tenje namda tanjur choje da dembe ta ten tamche ge nan chodu choba ta tambe chodu bala mese ge ten tamche ge nan chodu choba tanjur choje tam minurambo che choge da dembe milu rin da tame tamata ta te ta minurambo chende tari top ka jikla Tabu Rangi Yimaki China Tetabu to Tomato Tari Chegame, Tomato Matang, Kunzang Palchen Tambala Tene, Tatiki Nani Jam, Tamboran Tanje, Jojo to Tamba Milarepa Topo, Topa Yena Yantakin Zambo, Gavishini Chela Manti Payena, Yantabik Tambichu, Turkendala Tupagi, Kabachi Tope, Kale Kabo Yimala Tene. Yeshe tambal tene tamcho doha sasa tamcho jehimo tab tamje genan chodu choba tenen doha ge sasa tamcho ge nimbo konche mantra rasem yeshe ji kempu joa khanshan chobe rana je chander nekap tatu nisu samjik chene Tatela Semune Tanik Samno Yaboja Town, Kungi number Shibakan, Ya Seng number Tatela Samno Yaboja Town, Ramar Kungi not Teme to Nyarwe, Ramar Kungi Nala, Teme to Nyarwe Junde, Gede Kanje, Ransante Rituns. To belong to Tatela Kitchen Tomondo. To belong to Matic. Don't work on Donne. Somebody do have Ramata Nation. Gomba Chami. To some consum got a song in the war. Gomba Chami. Young to Yum Jing in the Tagomba Yum Jing there and so on. Yum Jing Gomma. Tajon Yiki Riso Gopa Shumba Mepa Jesun Jikadin started Tabukta Kona Tosam Gonsum Yamnes Tosam Gonsum Yamnes Masi Bachik taken Deva Yang Tabo Top taken Deva Yang Tabo Top on the Masi Gorganana Tinish Lamalaya Oban Tombu going to shoot over the Kanga de Lama Chickens.
Inashana.
All
Well, continuing in the same vein, the next section is songs of Pema Trime Loden, whose current rebirth is Lama Tratop's grandfather, Karma Tupten. The Lord of Yogins, Pema Trime Loden, was the greatest of the Lord Guru's Dharma disciples. For garland of many lives, such as when Trime Loden was Laje Rokchen, disciple of Nipchen Sonji Yeshe, and when he was Repa Shiwa a disciple of Jetsun Milarepa, he had had an uncommonly close relationship with his guru. He offered him this euphonic Vajra song. So this is another case of somebody who's basically enlightened, describing his experiences and saying, "Is this okay?" Oh boy. So the first stanza is clear. It's homage to his guru. Indivisible embodiment of all victors. He sees Terchen Barway Dorje as the embodiment of all Buddhas, Mahavajradhara as the Dharmakaya Vajradhara, Dudulingpa, which was part of Terchen Barway Dorje's name as a Terchen, conqueror of adversity and darkness, you who abide vividly in the lotus of my heart, I offer you the stamens of my undivided faith. So the analogy here is that Terchen Barway Dorje is always present in the lotus of his heart. He offers him the essence of the flower of his heart, which in this case is his faith. This pure support with 18 freedoms and resources, this precious human body has not been wasted. So the first thing he reports is that, I have not wasted my life. I have not wasted this unique opportunity of eightfold freedom and tenfold resources. In reliance on a holy spiritual friend, that excellent condition, I received the best method. So if you don't encounter a spiritual friend as a condition for awakening, as Lord Gampopa puts it, then you are going to waste your life, and so he has not. I received the best method, the essence of holy Dharma, the profound and secret sutras and tantras. I examined these appearances of bewilderment or delusion in both aspect and ultimate nature. So he's describing here, Rinpoche said, the process of hearing, thinking, and meditating. So he heard the Dharma of the Sutra and Tantra, and then he used what he heard to actually think, to actually analyze both the appearances of a reality and the nature of reality. No matter what emerged from the unbewildered ground, the old man of wisdom within my mind, I lay down without care in my own bed, the ground. So here, Rinpoche said this is obviously, again, talk of a very advanced level. He's talking about no matter what thoughts arose, he saw them as the display of his own fundamental wisdom, and therefore was able to relax in that state of wisdom, to which he applies the analogy of just lying down in your own bed. The bed here is the analogy for the ground of being, the nature of the mind. I came to know the nature of all the good and bad I'd done, because he saw how thoughts emerge from the mind itself. He was able to see the nature of all the things he'd done. Without complacence, due to learning, I applied the instructions. So here he turns to actual meditation, how in spite of the fact that he was learned and had analyzed reality, he didn't become complacent about that. I remained in my seat and analyzed without hope or fear. In meditation, beyond doing, even placement and subsequent attainment mixed. So this is another case of one of these people who transcend the difference between meditation and post-meditation. Dito shata ito shalo pacha te chatsang de dato. Nyamje dretsa. Seems like most of Terchen Barway Dorje's disciples achieved that, My lack of hesitation, this is very, very sweet. My lack of hesitation in spontaneously writing this song of experience is due to your kindness, Noble One.
Taje tawa, na nong song yu, gomba salm to, yome che lone, yoba palan tawa, to yu yin nanjor, pong shik, that shembe, jigwa de pone, state te tabigone, taje tawa, pen na yendo tomba, tong yendo. Sarvagiragi, Navachi Mato Chiki Tonda La Chita, Santik the Demba Trupa maybe Nelo Kayima, so Yendola, Zibatella Tene, Gomba or Salmato, Yome Yelone, Sta Gomba Tella, Tene or Salmato, Tagom, Tu Yendola, Tagomba ranking Gane, Gomek Nelo Surgeon, the Zibat taking Gane. Yo atani me batege ngala ne to batavata onne pangja pang pana trawa to you can your Yopa Panantawa to you can your Satawa Gomba Yopa Tela Tateta Nelo de Turkin on Cuba Castle Yopa Tela Yang Panyan Deris and Pawa Mebata Langan Deris and Lama Mebalas Pana in the travel to you can your bodies. Pong Shik that the Shimbal Zimbabwe pony stuff that Ganga ranking also the phone donkey dancing to the one.
No.
Teta will get that in the bucket. Shimba Teta Tand of a capsule, dancing map and Nell so get the tones had do that on them Shimba pony standing on. Dancing Shimba Tawan in the Tala somebody's parts and not that Shimba memory somebody's. Genki Dala Co Rahu Yations. The rain of the castle Latini, Tandangan Sola, Jesse the capsule, that's an Chawa said the capsule, but the Mambo magic that you think come the Yomari, the Teta Buki. Changing Dale, Yon stop at Totone, Change Dala, Co, Ranhugi Trojan, Stanello, Sugan, the Toy, Yon Castle, Tetam Chilla, Ranhug Conta, Jasmaris, Jasmum. Now, Santar Some, Kodabji Yuma, Standetara, Nama Tamkete, Santal. Santal sen ta kona ende chene nawa yoba
Alaso.
nawa yoba yena yan tela ngone thane ngana thoine chi thupan da wo chi da chi thawon da wo chi da chi pe namdo ge cha thamat chi song de ban da wo chen do
No.
te ta wo tan me ba te la sang tha le song da
Alaso.
nawa santal song me kondab ji juma sta kona ra yin ge kondab tam da la thon de wa re ma do Tanda Lata Jumatana Lasso Bato Swante, Aran Soke, Kondabla Jumatana Trabahago Yori, in Jitning Nelatic, Yetini Kondab Yimbati Jumatana Tavi Yambahago Yomarite, Tanda Lata Tinian Yavatan member, the Jumatavute, Chil Yanang, Chishad, Shadow to Tame, Chay Yola now on the Kare Shana Konate, Sharam Yendula Tatanda, Telan the Mamma the Shawa that Trova, Lake to Chena, Tangham to Tang, Toto de Mar Matop, Rango the Tonso, State, Tropic Topa the Kanga, the Dema Matopa, Ranging, Kora Ranging on the Kora Tombal and Rosawaris, Tan the Tombare. Tan the Savary singing the Bunga, not so good locals, so Magova Chene, Nero Sugan the Toyum Castle, the tea about some chase the ranking, a corner shower something on the ranking, a tomba someone, someone. The dark suits up my sang it and tally. The tat on the inaya took up my race, took up my sang it and tally, started Taji the Chipa, the corner. Patasala Yova Tamchiri Mando Tondo la Kaya Matapat sang the Talisum Yori. Kandu Sasan Shude Lenche Yamyon Combat Seto Chova Yumai Tender Tonon Devil Magi Decento Rope Come no number Tapa Ngoya Chewing Deva Chimber Rangsar Yeshe Sami Gava Yedo Nyamsara Nyonchon Choku Shija Meng Ni Jangla to Cheyans Chojiko Sene Meng Nimbo Pemase Bagata Jangla Chambochi Oris Turn la Rasem Teda Degalamande Son Tambala Onega Sam with Nero so Yendola To Sabic Gaussera Rang, Sam Lele Rose should be getting you go thinking the Yan Tawan in the Yoman, digging on a Konachukun Duaris. Rather choke top change loves and answer Cadin, I love digging.
No.
Then the Gaussera Rang, Sam with Nello, the Surgeon, the Tonsana, Choco Tegarang, To Savari, To that, to our thank you.
No.
Tadoring double. Conde.
Could Rondo Yerme Alala Chick Song is
Conde Rando Yemi Chugo. Alala, that's song no.
No.
Conde Yemi Chugo Alala. Conde Randoin. Conde Rando Yemi Chugo Alala, started over Nello on Chobayana. The master Bankozon Kovagan in the tower. She was Yanang in the tower. Randogi Chujuko. Tantani and then be Chuko Chimbo on the Chobala Alala, singing it out so moment. Teju, ye, Lama, Pema, Mati, take it, the mental. Take it, ye, Lama, Pema, Mati, Rang, Yamla, Kasha, Loyan, Chopa, and Gyamtso Dorje, so Dorje, Terchen Barway Dorje, Bardor, Taro, Tabe, Gyamtso, Shadam, she shows. Oh, Tani.
Jambayang, it's Chondendela. She was not in the Chondending, the Magoala. Come along. It's just that, these guys, and then they describe their experience, which I can't tell apart from Buddhahood. And then they say, I need more instruction. So, there is a tradition called togbul, where it means the offering of realization. It's not bragging. It's where you describe what you've experienced and what you believe you've understood or realized to your guru, and with the implicit purpose is you request correction, guidance, further, and so on. So that's what this is. Next, Loden describes his realization of the view, meditation, and conduct. The view is the unity of appearance emptiness beyond doer and deed. So his realization of the view is that it's the recognition that appearance and emptiness are not two different things. Meditation is non-conceptual luminosity, an unwavering expanse. Within it, conduct is yogic discipline beyond acceptance and rejection. Having cast aside this ruinous fixation on a self, I am automatically victorious over birth and death. So he's realized that the fixation on a self is the cause of birth and death, the cause of samsara, and he's let go of it. Appearances have become unobstructing, the magical illusion of relative truth. Rinpoche said this term, zangtal, or unobstructing, sometimes it's called penetrating and sometimes it's called transparent. It actually is more like transparent. It means that it's like, for example, the things that we think of as solid and therefore obstructing, he's realized are not obstructing. They're like holograms. While you see them, they don't obstruct, they don't prevent anything. So therefore they are like a magical illusion. Allowing whatever appears as an external object to liberate itself, bewildered or deluded thoughts don't truly exist and are empty of themselves. If you recognize that thoughts are simply the upsurge of your mind's nature, therefore the Dharmakaya, then the solidity even of external appearances vanishes, because that's actually an imputation of thought, they say. Mountains and rocks don't stand up. They are transparent and penetrable. So he he makes it clear that he's actually talking about the realization that the most solid things, mountains and rocks and so on, are not really solid. Now he turns to his experience of the path of means. And he says, the experience of the profound secret of the Dakinis, the connate bliss of melting, I have cultivated to perfection. Through its illusory interdependence, I do not crave the pleasure of bewildered appearances or you could say, the projections of delusion. I revel in great bliss. The pure nature of the elements and winds is a body of light. It is the wisdom display of Dharmadhatu, great bliss. I have experienced the full, undefiled four joys. So basically, he's perfected the path of Chandali. And then, referring to the path of liberation, he says, although the word Dharmakaya is so renowned, it refers to nothing more than this very stainless mind. This is what we constantly aspire to recognize when Rinpoche said we're constantly saying things in our prayers like, grant your blessings so that I realize my mind as Dharmakaya, and so on. It's this. Samsara and nirvana are self-liberated and inseparable. Alala. Alala is an expression of delight. So he's saying that because he's recognized that the Dharmakaya is his own natural fundamental mind, samsara and nirvana have just disappeared. In that way, my Lord, your disciple Padmamati, that's his name in Sanskrit, presents his experience as a spontaneous song of offering. Gyamtso Dorje Tritsun, that's another one of Terchen Barway Dorje's names. So these guys are shifty because they've got so many names, they could disappear on you. Gyamtso Dorje Tritsun. Gyamtso Dorje Tritsun de Chikshena de Nupchinge. Kalunyin de Tritsun de Ngatsu Juda Kashe Doa. Yeah, Gyamtso Dorje Tritsun is probably referring to him by the name of Nupchen Sanji Yeshe, because Nupchen Sanji Yeshe was his Dharma name, but his name as a minister was Dorje Tritsun. So, yeah, because he was a minister of Trisong Detsen. Gyamtso Dorje Tritsun, undisputed great treasure revealer, Terchen Barway Dorje, I offer this to you. I request further instruction in the view. I mean, come on, Jesus. I said to Rinpoche, I said, it's like Manjushri talking to the Buddha. It's like, please, I don't understand this. I don't understand. What do you don't understand? It's a joke. Gotso na? Gotso to son. Dene de gomola. Mutu de la trewa chuchu na mere.
Teta Shube, stop one to the no. Teta Shube, Lama Dorjin Chang Shimbo, two Shindo, Jib, and Dan J. Tanji, Nyamyo, Dorji, go to Yingban de Senate, Noah.
Hello.
Dorji, go to Yingban de. Alala, that day, don't be sure you wake up. Then Lama Dorjin Chang Shida get told me, Kongi, don't be tella. Then it take a narrow shoot on. Tatella turn you go to him.
Hello.
Alala ho Laxo, yes, the Alala spare my sepeke. Ya was shown the Shida Yapon Doxon in the way inside Laxo, yes. Tangent Dama, Tomsho. Tangent Dama, Tomsho, Dubai, thank you. Nyeke Tanjuri, Shudos Mason, Randon, Sas Chipping, Yamyon Zambo, Lalo Pavu Surge. Long the trovo, set danger and domate, tab method jigla, tan domacanan, short shurba. Then a tangent to my yanta banda water can is enough. Then tam shows and a slow me, but that when Yamne so ina to none the ya, Lamayon wagon, tam show, drop a good ten short to chuba. Nye get tanjor rinchi. Nye gawe get tanjor mochi, should also mason watching, random chason. Sasu Sippy, Yamyon Zango, Starangit, Church Surgeon the Drum Randon, Sas Sippy, Yamyonke, Tak Kona, Nathan that will show you what the Pema Sippy, Yaboshos, Yamyon Zango, Lala Pavu Surgeon, Linan the Trolls, Lala Senayaron, that Chugitene, Yapta, produce Senayaron. Lama the Lama Sena Lawadi, Power Double Sena, that sugar tin, Julie Shatala Sobatin, Power Mena, that sugar Nello so in the membership, that part I was in the Power Sena Lawadi, that I was Surge, Lihon, the Pemasibato, Samne Pando, Nayo, not so he manchi, that Samne Lord Scuba, Sam Nello, the Yanta Bajako, Yena. Sem tele los chupe que está knowing in your thinking that sort of your maris. No, simply Chawan meadows. That down some take a range, tele los chuba, take it son like ya, sem thinking jiggy. Yandachi, dodo, chop the banda was sawan in your maris. Now some the same ranking in the water. That same day for the tomb ranking mato jiggy. Tenetala Kaya Yamadi. Nonsense Zonzi Yemi Rambab Gingandos. Now at the same yet Zonzi Yesame Piggy. Rambab Ganganto, Nomto Nala. Shawan Toto Chiba Nomto Niela Shawan Toto Chibata Teta Nomto Zangi not so big Jesu. Nomto Zangi not so big one short Somatavina. Then Tobatella, that goes to Tobala Sobala topic in the Yason Chibata race.
It's a rather Shaloka de Chipogan on a Gyamtso Denga Chatsanodua. Nengasava the Halejuri.
The Ramba Yuma Mapang Chumitel Shonis, Tarangi, Nello Yantaba. Nyoma sena ngone garangi sem Nello kora ye domani kora zabjo tawa nyini mebe ke rambak Nello mapang chume tela show ne ga yudo no mepa sodal ne ga yudo no me by so that Nam Ton Judo Lasoba Gadok Lasoba Namdo Gatoba Kaya me picking on the Sur Tavason in Madame. So the Tome Namtar Sumge Njo Lantonse Dragon Mepe was a Nantora Yorje started. And then now get it, Jimmy, Chivo Yamalam, Lena Chui, Remo, Lino, Melon Gamento, and now get it, Jimmy Chivo Yamalam, that the Gumagoma come and walk.
Low.
Jimmy Tonda, the me. Saturday sonam malam tikyo ngomi doala ho gevetin give it Tinkan Holam, neither than Doni. Made us a me, Chuni, no hard of Tim, Timson, Ding Day, not Nancy, Melong, Danny. Kunji thing the sake, the Harji Pupu, Kamal Lenang, Chuni, Tender Jiranzu, Getan Gela. There was the Kahakum, Getan Dewa.
Gedan dewa.
Getan Dewa, there was single Jijadu, the one. Tozon Melam Jong Ranking Madab Yeni, Jimmy to Roba,
Inashana.
Lasha.
Inashana. Then a gomo the chidro la the chinang song ke trick la so but the gomo la song. In response, his guru, Mahavajradhara, exhibited great joy. I mean, why wouldn't he? This is what every teacher wants. Their students are achieving enlightenment. And sang the following Vajra song of ultimate experience. Begins, Alala ho, indeed. In other words, you've got a reason to rejoice. And he goes in an orderly manner. He deals with each point of the song. And you'll remember that Trime Loden began with talking about how he hasn't wasted his 18-fold opportunity. So Terchen Barway Dorje writes, your supreme supports for the ultimate achievement of holy Dharma, your precious leisure and resources, have not gone to waste. Your experience of your own benefit is excellent. In other words, you've achieved to an excellent degree your own good. In other words, awakening. Such talk as this between guru and disciple is a joy. So whether you think of it as spiritual father and son or as guru and disciple, this is what every teacher wants. They want their disciples, their students to achieve awakening. And then the next stanza, it really says it all. There are no objects of appearance beyond the mind. There is no mind apart from appearances. Appearances and mind, objects and subject, are not two things. Rest freely and naturally in that state. When the naughty child of bewildered thought appears through habit, let him enter natural freedom. Don't reject or try to change him. Relaxed at ease, free from delight at stillness and distress at movement. So free from liking the absence of thought and disliking the movement or presence of thought. Drink the breast milk of no elaboration, the three gates of liberation. The three gates of liberation are emptiness, absence of future hopes, and absence of inherent attributes. Sleep in the clear light beyond increase and decrease. These appearances, good and bad or virtue and evil, are like the dreams of a magician. In other words, a magician dreams of the things that they can create. Karmic appearances, like designs in water, are invisible to the blind. Like magical illusions without fixation, merit is undefiled, dedicated to unreal beings, like a crowd seen in a dream. The bright cloud of virtue, riding the sun rays of aspiration, dissolves into the sky of the Dharma Dhatu, without focus and undefiled. The dark cloud of wrongdoing is driven by the wind of self-fixation. It gathers above the all-basis as a blizzard of suffering. The all-basis is the most fundamental of the 8 consciousnesses. Light and dark karmic appearances are the display of dharmata as interdependence. Hope for virtue and happiness is a fetter of gold or silver. Fear of wrongdoing and suffering is a battle in a dream. It is non-existent in its nature, a display unborn from the beginning. There's not much, you can't really comment on this. So we'll stop here for this morning. Tiye tamje zengba nye tonne nye be ranam pamje jenga na je bala roma simbe zole rowa sho tiye jewo sana yeshe tozo Sana Yeshe Lejo Tamba Kanye Tabara Sho Rinpoche Maje Banam Jejoj Jeba Nyamba Baba Kone Kondo Baraba Namje De Don Dan George Yendo Tamje Dado Domba Samba Ganda Sajoba Unje Molando Baro Reje Doze Dombe Gara Jangon Duja Dodo Lemba Zanje me don de bozanga si je don da me
Thank you.